Hi, it's Michael Aaron here from Expat Wealth Advice. I'm going to answer the question, do I have to pay Spanish wealth tax? And I'm going to explain what the qualifying criteria is for the tax and also give you the basic details of the tax rates and a couple of really neat ways that you may be able to legitimately reduce the Spanish wealth tax that you have to pay if you are indeed caught by these rules. So Spanish wealth tax rules. Well, each Spanish tax resident has a tax-free allowance of €700,000. You also have an allowance of €300,000 for your own property. So what that means is that if your total assets are worth more than that, then you will be subject to Spanish wealth tax. The flip side of that, of course, is that if you have assets of a lower value than that, then you will not have to worry about paying Spanish wealth tax. So for those of you who are caught by this, there are progressive rates of tax which range from 0.2% up to 2.5%, depending on your overall wealth. So the tax rates get larger the more wealth that you have. And this is of course based on worldwide wealth, so not just assets that you have in Spain. You should also bear in mind that some regions in Spain do charge higher tax rates than the state rates I've just explained. Okay, so there are a couple of really neat ways that you can legitimately reduce the wealth tax that you have to pay. So the first one is that there are several assets which are exempt from wealth tax. So they are very specific and there's not too many of them because most things are caught. So for example, property, cars, boats, jewellery, investments, savings would all be subject to Spanish wealth tax. But there are some assets which are covered under very specific exemptions which are not subject to the tax. So if you are worried about Spanish wealth tax, it's well worth checking to see if you can offset any of your assets in this way. The second thing that I want to talk to you about is that it is possible to really effectively reduce the Spanish wealth tax that you have to pay by smartly restructuring your investments. Now, the way this works is that certain types of assets qualify for a term underneath the wealth tax legislation in Spain, which means that the total wealth tax cannot exceed 60% of your general and savings tax basis. Now that sounds like a bit of a mouthful and it is reasonably complex and it's beyond the scope of this video because it does require a lengthy explanation. But if that's something that you'd like to look into in more detail, please just contact me personally and we can talk about your circumstances and we could see how you may be able to restructure things so that you are more tax efficient when it comes to Spanish wealth tax. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Hi, I'd just quickly like to tell you about some really good free resources I think you'll find incredibly useful. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is our free report, and this has been written especially for UK expats living in Spain. It'll also be really useful for anyone who's thinking about moving to Spain as well. And the report explains precisely how you may be able to take advantage of tax exemptions to save up to 23% tax on your savings and investments as a UK expat living in Spain. So if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, you can click on the link on this video, or if that doesn't work, head across to expatwealthadvice.com. If you're already on the website, if you can't see the link on the page that you're on right now, then go across to our home page and the link should be really clear. Okay, so the other thing is mentioning the website. I say if you're not already on the website right now watching the video, head across to our website. There's some really good free information. So lots of articles and videos and other good stuff on there providing need-to-know information for UK expats living in Spain or thinking about moving to Spain. And the thing is, expat finance can be really confusing because what you've got to do is you've got to take into account both UK laws and taxation and also the laws of taxation of Spain too. And what we do is we seek to simplify that and provide you with useful how-to information. As an extension of that, we do provide independent one-to-one financial advice. If you're interested in speaking to me personally about your circumstances, right now I am offering informal one-to-one phone calls which you can book right now. Now I might not be offering this forever because it does take up quite a bit of my time, but I say right now you can speak to me free of charge for about 20 minutes on the phone. We go through your circumstances and I can try and help you with any questions or any areas that you're not clear about. To do that, there should be an orange button on this video right now which says book a phone call, so you can click on that, or if you're on our website, on the top right of each page there's an orange button which allows you to book a phone call straight into my diary. Okay, and last but not least, please subscribe to our YouTube channel using the red button on this video right now. What that means is that every time you log into YouTube, you'll get our new videos and updates so you can stay up to date with what we are putting out there in terms of expat information. So please remember, these videos are just for information only, and as a simple rule, I'd always suggest if you're going to make any decision, which if you could get it wrong will be costly for you, then always seek independent professional advice to make sure that you do make the best decision. Great, I hope you found this useful and that you'll be able to take advantage of some of the free resources that I've just spoken about.